I'm going to show you how I've scaled this completely dead channel from absolutely nothing to $8,700 in the last 28 days. We even had back-to-back $1,000 days. By the way, this is completely USD, as you can see over there. $70, $700, and then 1.3K dollars. That's how fast you can scale. And this is only a channel that we've started about 2 or 3 months ago. You can see down here, we literally went from $4 to 1.9K to 8.5K. October, I think we will hit a $20,000 month. And so I want to show you guys exactly A to Z how I've got the niche, how I've built my team for success, how we're consistently posting, and how we literally blow up. We've already made 5 figures on this channel with 30 videos. We didn't even upload that much. So I want to show you exactly how I did this. Sit back and relax, grab a popcorn, grab a drink, and watch this entire video. If you cannot do that, then honestly, business is just not meant for you. All right, so I want to kind of break down everything A to Z for you, just so you get some more context on the steps specifically. I have this written down over here, but the number one most important thing out of all of these will be straight up, I'll tell you right now, number 3 and key bonus formula. I'll go over exactly how you can do that in a second for you. But first is competitive research. We're going to research specific channels in the same niche that we have chosen and decipher patterns and things we can mimic on our side to make sure that the results are going to be reciprocated. So important. This is like the make or break skill. Because I'll tell you this right now, like I have some clients obviously that are not successful. I'm not going to tell you that all my clients are successful. Oh. No, we have some failures and floppers. What they do is they copy 50% of a proven formula. They don't copy 96%. That is what you need to actually reciprocate results, because then YouTube will see that, hey, 96% of this video is getting the same attention, same CDR, same average watch time, same demographics as this video that we just pushed out 2 weeks ago that got 2.2 million views. So YouTube will have no reason to push out your video less. So they're going to start pushing out your video. Bam, 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 bam. You're going to start printing cash, right? All YouTube wants in a nutshell is money, because you have to think about it this way. YouTube itself is a business. YouTube wants your video to have the maximum retention so they get the most ads watched. So then the advertisers pay more, YouTube makes more, and you make more. So when you copy everything A to Z on a proven system and angle off of other channels, it increases your odds a lot. You guys already know that, okay? Then develop content formula. I'll go over exactly how that looks like. Develop the thumbnail formula, how we actually make the story intriguing and build FOMO, fear of missing out, so that way people will have to click on your video. And your odds of having high CTR, I'll tell you this right now. We've got like millions of impressions on our videos, 4 to 5 million impressions, and we still manage on a brand new channel with no audience, no cult-like fan base, we still get a 10% CTR. Boom. 500,000 views, RPM $6. You do the math on that. We make a lot of money from one video. That video cost me maybe $200 to create. So I do a little bit overpay, but I want to show you how you can not overpay when you're actually building out the team. I don't know why I didn't add that in here. Research, oh, it's right here, sorry. Researcher and editor. So this whole fallacy, which is absolutely asinine, of, oh, I need a voiceover, and then I need script writer, and then the editor, and then I need thumbnail designer. That's bullshit, okay? I have 2 people, and then I have a manager as well. So you don't need a manager until you've already make, so much money that you can just throw money at a manager. I can do that because I'm rich. But the best thing to do is to hire one researcher that finds the footage, allocates the footage in a raw Google Drive link for the editor to easily access and edit the video. The editor is going to go ahead and put together a compelling story with a really nice intro at the start, and I'm going to show you examples and how we can actually do that. And then the packaging formula, very, very important as well to actually get views to begin with, okay? So bear with me. This is going to be a long video, but it's going to be an absolute masterclass. And if you watch this entire thing, you're going to absolutely make a lot of money when you implement it, okay? First things first, competitive research. And so right over here, this is my personal YouTube account, so my search results are slightly biased towards things I've already watched. It's imperative that you either start this on YouTube incognito or the actual channel you're about to post content in. I would suggest the second one, where you're actually posting content for that niche, right? So first off, make sure you already have a YouTube account. It's so imperative though, at the same time, like you have to make sure that your YouTube account is aged and there's nothing wrong with it, because I'll tell you this, I'll be super honest and transparent. We switched channels twice. We first started off on a pre-monetized account, and then it was shadow banned because it was artificially botted. We get no impressions at all. The same videos, we posted it then all of it onto a different channel, deleted it all on the previous old videos, the channel, and then that got a lot more views. So make sure that you're on an aged YouTube channel. It doesn't even have to be monetized. I'll tell you that right now. Monetization is so easy. You got one viral video, 4,000 hours of watch time, boom, you monetize within a week. So don't worry about pre-monetization. Just worry about that the channel is aged and there's nothing wrong with it, okay? That's the most important thing. So if you have an old YouTube account, an old Google account, utilize that. Just repackage it a little bit, change the brand, change the logo and profile picture. I'll tell you this, the niche I'm in is in the crime niche, okay? So there's a couple niches that you want to be in. The most important thing is that the niche number one has longevity. It's proven that it's been around for years, and it's an upwards trend, okay? There's not a few channels and niches I know that are actually consistently in an upwards trend. Even if it's in a stable trend, that's perfect. But the AI niche, as an example, let me find it real quick for you. Like Insomnia Rules. I think this is one of the channels. I was potentially looking into it, but I'll tell you this. In my opinion, this is going to be a very, very short-term money grab. It looks very good upon hindsight because the channel is small. They only have 140 videos. Their oldest video, they only started this channel 4 months ago, and they're already making 5 figures a month. And I know this because they're getting 750,000 views per month, and their videos are 1 hour long to 2 hours long, which means their RPM is about $20. You do the math on that, they're making $14,000 per month from ad revenue alone. So with brand deals and sponsorships, this is a fire niche, but because it's so heavily AI produced, I can't tell you how long it's going to last for. YouTube's already cracking down on AI content, and so I'm sure that AI is only going to get better. Where at one point AI is going to become literally indistinguishable to real life content, and so when that happens, it might just be like the most meta thing. But it's best you find longevity in niches that has been proven to work for years and it's still working just as good. So crime is a super good one. That's what I'm personally in. You can do crime, you can do this, you can do celebrity news, you can do drama, but the most important thing, the number one thing we have to focus and crack down on is definitely competitive research. I kind of went on a ramble. Competitive research is number one. Finding competitor channels, and this roots back to my original point, is that you want to start off your research on the actual YouTube account rather than incognito, because both of them, you're going to get similar results. And incognito, every time you log out and you finish competitive research, you're back to square one. The next day, when you do more competitive research, you have to train your homepage again. Rather, you can just open it up on the actual YouTube account. Boom. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's already saved. Let's just do body cam for this video sake. Body cam / crime, whatever you want to call it. I'll literally just type in body cam crime story. And you will instantly find competitor channels. And you can see these guys are massive. Insanity Body Cam has 190. So this is the number one mistake I already tell you people make. It is utilizing competitor channels with 193,000 subscribers. With 2 million subscribers. I'm like, what are you doing? Yes, they are big. Yes, they're making so much money. But it's unfathomable that you're copying the exact same strategy as them when they have already so much cult-like fan bases. They can do like formulas and titles and concepts that don't work that well, yet still get millions of views because they have that cult. They've built proof of concept. Rather, if you have a channel with 4K subscribers, you got 500,000 views, boom! What they've done is so much better than anything in here that gets 500,000 views because it's a lot easier, right? You guys probably already know this, but you can see this guy, how many dollars is he making per month? So the number one rule is that you want competitor channels that are in the top ceiling of that niche to be making multiple 5 to even 6 figures per month. He's getting what, 4.6 million views per month? That's actually terrible. I, on my channel with 9,000 subscribers, got 1 million views last week. If you watch my older video, before I posted this one, I've explained that and I've showed it proof as well. Okay, so this guy's actually not doing good at all. He does only have 24 videos and he started 9 months ago, so he's not focused. He's not doing as good as he could potentially be in. But the best thing to do from here is you click on one video. And then you go down the For You page for YouTube. So this is like YouTube recommendations, YouTube For You page, whatever you want to call it. and it will feed you direct videos very similar as possible to the one that you just clicked on. And the key here is you want to click on a video that's recent, right? So this one's the most recent one, but it's also the channel is so big. You want to find smaller channels. And so all of these, if they all look way too big, the best thing to do is you go back to homepage and then you restart that process. But instead of clicking on the initial channel being massive, you want to find a smaller channel. What I would do is I would find one that is probably within 10K subscribers. And I can't find one. It'll take a while, so this part you have to bear with me. But let's just say I scroll. The smallest channel so far was like 100,000 subscribers. So the next best thing is you sort it and you filter it. I'll show you how. Filters, channel. And you can see this guy has 26,000 subscribers. How well are they doing? Let's see. Boom! They're not doing as good as me because I'm a fucking G. But they have videos, you can see, you know the niche is good. When roughly 1 in 10 videos, out of the last 10 videos on average, you have 2 to 3 viral bits, right? If 20 to 40% of your video content can blow up, okay, 40% is crazy. If 20 to 30% of your video content is blowing up, you know that's a banger niche. So make sure that the niche that you've chosen is that. So you can literally calculate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Out of the last 12 videos, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 very high view videos, right? So this niche is killer. And this guy, how long has he started posting? 9, 10 months, 8 months, right? So this competitor channel, in my opinion, is a lot better. What I would do is click on trending videos right over here. This is vidIQ extension. I'm in no way affiliated. I'm just personally using it because it's a decent tool. So that's it. And its current best performer. You never want to sort outlier topics by the most viral video, but rather the most views per hour currently. And it's this one. Now there's something you have to understand as well. If the most viewed per hour video is something that's posted within 24 to 48 hours, that's normal. That's just fan base, subscribers, people who are notified clicking on it. So don't take that as an immediate outlier. Like this guy, 4 days ago, although it's getting 98 views per hour, this is not an outlier. This is not an outlier, right? Although it's showing up in trending videos, it got fucking 2,000 views in a day. This, 14 days ago, you get what I'm saying? 283,000 views, entitled Karen Attacks Mother at Disney World. So what I'll do is click on this video as their best performer. Also, I would actually write this down, right? The niche, let's just say you're also in the same niche. Whatever channel you found, subscribe to it. So that way, every time they post, you can see how they've packaged it. And you can train your brain to figure out patterns that work super, super well. And when you figure out patterns and decipher how to actually build these packagings in a way to get views, bro, you will just hit banger to banger to banger to banger to banger. Just train your brain to do so. You can also train ChatGPT to do that later down the line. I'll show you exactly how you can do that. But now, once this is playing, I don't want to give this guy ad views, and so I'm not going to watch the ad. But now it's going to feed you videos that are in the same niche again, but preferably smaller channels. I don't know why it's just giving me these shithole channels. I know why not. It's because this is my personal brand channel. If it's a brand new channel that you just opened or a channel that's quite dead, it'll feed you a lot better results. If I did this in an incognito tab, it's not going to show me this, right? Because like how I said earlier, it's currently biased to what I've already watched. But you can analyze now from a professional standpoint. Entitled Karen Attacks Mother at Disney World. That will be the actual title variant. And you'll notice patterns right off the bat. If I click on most popular, what are the patterns that you see within the packaging? And that is what we want to put over to the number 2, develop content formula. So competitive research, I've already crossed that down. We have some channels. We know how to do that. Developing the content formula essentially means how are we going to be able to build these videos? And you'll notice that when we later go down the line of gathering researchers, gathering editors, we're not going to build the videos where we find the titles first and then make the video around it. That's how traditional YouTube is made, right? But this niche in specific, and most YouTube automation niches, you first make the video, and then you find a compelling idea / title to base your video on. That's what I've done. It's very counterintuitive. It doesn't make sense when you compare it to other guys in the YouTube space, but it works. So do what works rather than do what people say. Baby discovered on floor of hot car. Mom attacks. I don't even know how that got so many views. I personally wouldn't click on that. I think that's too many words. It doesn't make that much sense. However, what we can take away is that the very start of the title has a crazy big intrigue part to it. An intrigue bit. And that intrigue bit is baby discovered on floor of hot car. That intrigues you. Right? It builds curiosity. What happens next? When you can build curiosity on what happens next, right? And you don't confuse them, that is how you gain the click. The click, when you analyze every single time you personally click on a video, you will also analyze what patterns and, I guess, emotions you can invoke in the viewers to get them to click on your video. Does that make sense? And when I analyze every time I click on a viral video, it's because the title, it builds fear of me missing out if I don't click on it. It intrigues me to a degree of what happens next. So when you can build that next step, right, via something that is a massive pattern interrupt, which is literally baby discovered on floor of hot car, you're like, what the fuck? You know exactly what's going on, but you're also curious of knowing what will happen next. Boom! That's how you get the click. Mom attacks cops, that part, basic. One thing you have to understand, though, and this is the biggest thing I've also found people make, the biggest mistake is that they make the viewer confused. Don't confuse the viewer within your title. Don't make it so broad and vague that they have no clue what that even means. You want them to know exactly what they're getting, exactly what the video is about, but build so much curiosity and intrigue within it. This one, woman tries to steal car from elderly couple at gas station, right? You know exactly what's going on, but you want to know what happens next. It doesn't tell you what happens next. It just shows you a crazy raw thumbnail image that complements the title. The thumbnail is literally old people grabbing the leg. You just want to see what happens next. Do they get in a fight? Do police get involved? Whatever the fuck is happening, right? So the thumbnail aspect of it tells you what? You don't want to review more within the thumbnail of the end result. You just want to show something that builds even more curiosity. All you're trying to do within the packaging, which is the thumbnail and title, is to build enough curiosity to get them to click. That's all you're trying to do. You're not trying to explain what the video is about. You don't want to explain the end outcome. You just want to build curiosity for them to click. And so the best way for your thumbnail design is to complement the title, right? He's built all of his most viral titles in a way. This is actually, in my opinion, the best outlier. It's 13 days old. It's already 286,000 views. Entitled Karen. That part is already like shit. I want to see a video about Entitled Karen attacks mother at Disney World, right? So you know exactly what's going on, but you just want to see how it went down, what happened at the attack, and the thumbnail does nothing but complement the title. You see some woman, ugly as fuck, scream. Does that make sense? So now when you understand the formula of how we can actually create the packaging, now after that, you want to decipher the longevity of these videos, right? How long are these videos in general? He doesn't have a set time. He just does 20 minutes, 9 minutes, 12 minutes, and 31 minutes. And so if all of these different length videos are popping off, that tells you that you don't have to focus on one specific amount of time. This one was an hour and 30 minutes. So I'll be honest, this one probably made the most revenue. Because although it didn't make the most views, it has probably a $15 RPM. I'll tell you this, my 20-minute video has a $6 or $7 RPM US. Do the math on that, $15 RPM, $20 RPM on these videos. Let's say $20 RPM. This video made $2,000. So rather than this one, okay, this one probably made more, never mind. The sweet spot is what, 20 to 30 minutes on the higher end and 10 to 15 minutes on the lower end. That's the amount of length you want to have, because these footages, when you get the researcher to find the raw police footage of them rolling for hours and days even, you have to compact hours of footage down into a compelling 10 to 20 to 30 minute video. So you have to make sure that you're just showing the most interesting parts rather than letting it play out. Now, however, this one is top 5 worst XYZ. So there's multiple stories, multiple days, and maybe even weeks of footage, which is why it makes sense for it to be an hour, 30 minutes, right? If you're making a compilation, it's going to be different than just one footage compacted into a nice story. That is our content formula. Once we decipher the content formula, we're going to be building the team. So the team aspect, I use Upwork to hire people, and it's honestly the best in my opinion. The reason why it's so good is because it's free. It's free, get good talent. The person that's literally working on my body cam video right now, he is found from Upwork. And I've been working with him for 2 years, since 2023. And he's never under-delivered. Upwork works, Fiverr works, onlinejobs.ph works super well. All of them work. It's not necessarily the freelancer site that's bad, but the volume and how many people that are actually good you can find. One of my most trusted freelancers, his name is called Jazib. He's working with me still to this day, over 2 years now. I found him from Fiverr. No, wait. He was found from Upwork. Never mind. But I found very, very trusted people on Fiverr, Upwork, online jobs. Yes, Fiverr is naturally worse, but you can still find talent. So it depends on the person rather than the site. I just personally use Upwork a lot. What do you need? Reuse a job post, YouTube automation researcher. I'm going to show you what I've personally done to reverse engineer this entire process. Title: YouTube automation footage sourcer / researcher. Using one person to gather footage, preferably hours on end, right? And once you gather the raw footage, the editor can go ahead and turn it into a compelling story. Summary: looking for a person to do daily research and source raw original footage for my YouTube automation channel. Source 1 to 3 hours of raw footage every single day. This depends on the niche you're in, but if you're in a niche where you want 1 to 2 hour videos in general, then it'll have to be like multiple hours, 8 to 10 hours of footage. There's one niche that I know works super well. It's like the court case niche, right? So it's like court cases, crazy court cases. These cases usually take 1 to 2 hours in general just to explain head to toe, because it's usually very long, fancy, boring stuff, but also intrigues people for whatever reason. And that usually will contain hours and hours and hours and then the footage. And so it depends on the niche you're in. At least enough content for 1 video a day, depending on the niche. So if you have the body cam niche, this is perfect, right? This could be even like 3 to 8 hours, but I just keep it 1 to 3 hours, make it sound relatively easy to obtain. And then the streamer niche as well. If you're in the streamer niche compilation, I'm in the streamer moments niche, top 5 Marlon Cute moments, top 5 IShowSpeed moments. Most of the research will come via watching their live streams, screen recording the interesting parts, and competitive research on the most popular or controversial live streams, right? Depends on the niche you're in, but have the researcher gather footage the way you gather footage for body cam and crime stuff. I'll type it in right here. Summary. Yeah, $15 to $20 per video generated, about 1 to 3 hours of footage found. So if they take 1 to 3 hours to find 1 to 3 hours of footage, and they're in the Philippines, let's just say they work 3 hours. What's $4 per hour in the Philippines times 3 hours of work? $12. So I'm paying them generously. $20 for that much hours of footage is fucking good. Okay. Now, for the specific niche, which is body cam that I'm in, you want to do, I want you to find 10 articles minimum per day on police cases in USA. Source the police department linked to the case and email them requesting for the original footage. You can just whip these emails up with ChatGPT. That's what my freelancers do. It's like a formal ChatGPT request for footage. explain how you're a media creator within YouTube. You make compelling stories with these body cam videos. You're able to blur out all the necessary content to make sure that it doesn't violate any services. And boom, it is a big volume game, which is why we do 10 articles every single day. 7 or 6 will get back. 2 or 3 will actually give you footage for free. Some of them will ask to charge you money up front, and we just take the free footage because that way our profit margins are higher, and you can still make compelling stories with free footage. Okay, email them requesting for the original footage. If they ask for payment, depending on your budget, you can pay. I wouldn't really pay for them. I would just mostly get the free footage. Deliverables, you don't need to have any deliverables. You don't need to add supporting files. Last one, are you okay with the price and hours worked? If not, don't apply. So you only get the most serious freelancers to go ahead and apply to this job post. Yes, I want to be your footage researcher. By the way, you could even do this shit yourself. You can start off by doing it yourself, film a Loom video of you doing it yourself, send it to your freelancer so they knows exactly how to do it properly. Deliverables, you don't need to add anything. One-time project. Make this an ongoing project, especially if you want to hire them long-term. Duration, I would say 3 to months. Depending on how long you want to work with them. Most freelancers, they're not looking for ultra long term, they just want to get paid. So you can keep this 1 to 3 months or 3 to 6 months. I like 3 to 6 months. Hours per week, it's more of like a part-time thing, but you want to, no, it's more like a full-time thing, but you want to label it as a part-time thing, because freelancers in general, they want to have multiple projects going on at the same time. So I would just say less than 30 hours per week. Job size, small, it's relatively easy. They don't even have to use their own voice, right? 1 freelancer needed, boom. Next. All right. This is perfect. So mandatory skills. I've added research methods, topic research, article research, and YouTube research. Depending on the niche you're in, this will cover all 4. If you're in the crime niche, this works perfect for article research and YouTube research. If you're in the streamers niche, it's literally just YouTube research. You don't even need to do topic research or article research. Nice to have skills, tools, entry. This is all what you have to do. This is to get the lowest rates. You can get them for super, super cheap. I would rather have you have a super hardworking guy than someone who is pretty capable, but they only work 50% of the time. They don't respond to you quickly, all that bullshit. Next. Now, this is the most important part for hiring. Hourly rate is so bad. Fixed rate is what people like. They want to have a fixed amount of money they will make when they finish the project. I like to make it the number super, super high. It makes and it intrigues them to be like, what the fuck? I could make $550? Boom. They apply to your job post. Obviously, you're not going to pay them that up front. It's going to do months of work. All right, you want to make $550? Mr. AK shit? Work with me for 3.5 months. Find me hours and days and weeks of footage. And maybe after 6 months, you'll get $550. Mr. AK shit. AK shit Bajit from India. That's going to make $550 from me. Visibility, perfect. Finalize job post. That's all you have to do. Now, you can boost it. I'm not going to boost it. Post is standard for free. Because the thing is, if you don't get the right people to apply, or you don't get enough people to apply, rip that job post again. Click on reuse job post. And then when you reuse the job post, you just literally fire it off 2 days after when your job post is dead. And you'll get new people. Now, there's a key element where you can click on filters. If it loads. Changes to $10 and below, so you get the cheapest people. And preferably they've earned at least $1 from Upwork, so they're not a complete noob. Close filters. And then now, the spam invite to job. Send an invitation. Look at this. Police video case analysis, true crime and legal research. This person knows exactly already how to find the footage for the YouTube automation channels. 100% job success rate. $5 per hour. Made $5,000, and so they're not a noob. They know how to make money with Upwork. But they're not so big with a whole massive media company or agency and slow to reply, right? This is a perfect freelancer to literally hire. Data entry, this one's not as good. I don't like it. Body cam, police records, perfect, brother. There's already freelancers that knows how to do this properly, right? You can do this one as well. I don't like Kenya. Kenyan people, they do not know how to speak English. It's a hot Pakistani. Invite to job. Market research analysis, sure. And you just do this. You can notice at the bottom it says 26, 25 invites left. These are free invitations where you can just use up all of them to get so much traffic to your actual job post. Once you use up all of them, I'm not going to do it for this video. I'll just do a couple. Then boom. After about a few hours, you're going to start getting proposals, people who DM you in messages as well. Right over here, I have a couple people. Never mind, I don't have anyone. People, when they start to message you and they start to roll in through the door, they'll be like, hey, I can do this job. Let me know if you need anything. I'm okay with the price. That's what they're going to say. What you have to do next is just make sure that, number one, you have the filtering process of people who are actually interested and they have the commitment to this, and you do so through this very, very simple test. It's super simple. All you do is you ask for a sample research thing and sample footage. When you do that, they send you a Google Drive link of sample footage. Hire them. When they have done that, that's all you have to do. Boom, you add them to a Slack board. And so Slack is the actual workflow that we utilize. You can use a Discord channel, a Discord server. You can use Slack server. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All you need is one place, an area to chat with your freelancers. Make sure that we have videos coming through, footage coming through, and videos getting edited. You just really need two channels. Okay. Number one is footage gathered and finalized, and then video finalized. The thumbnail is the raw screenshot of the most intriguing part of the video, as I showed you earlier, which you can do yourself. And then you just upload it. And then you can have a general chat as well. So 3 channels. A general chat to talk about when the next video is going to get uploaded, what the brand deal process can look like as well. I just landed my first brand deal on that channel for $150. It was nothing. But the plan is to eventually land 2 brand deals every single week. When you can land 2 brand deals, 4 figures every single week, you're making 5 figures per month. That's an extra top line revenue of $20,000 per month. Assuming you can get a brand deal, if your average video can get 500,000 views, brother, you can start charging $2,000 for a brand deal, $1,000 for a brand deal, right? So you're making $2,000 to $4,000 per week. What is that? $8,000 to $16,000 per month just off of brand deals. So brand deals is massive. You're going to have to hire a brand deal manager or just an overall channel manager like me. Don't worry about that yet. Just make sure you have the right people. Hiring an editor now, it's a super simple process as well. It's basically the same thing. Looking for a video editor to put together compelling 20 to 30 minute long police videos. Footage already obtained. Go. Where's my face? There we go. Here's my face. Okay, so the title, they've just used AI to help me, but I want to tweak it a little bit. Video editor for crime body cam channels. Okay, now you don't want to have like a super big long paragraph, massive sentences. People don't like that. They just want basic description list, right? The price is the first one, 30 to 50 per video. I'd actually have a set price, probably is 40. $40 per video. People love that. Depending on the video, obviously they're literally taking hours of their own time to sort out and filter out the bad, uninteresting hours of footage and compile it into a 20-minute long video that's interesting. Literally take hours of raw footage into the most interesting parts to make finalized vid 10 to 30 minutes long. Okay, that's literally the whole entire process. Other than that, they have to have a very enticing hook at the start of the video. So when you analyze the competitors, when you watch this video, what is the start? You see boobs and a hot mom. Where's the boobs and the hot mom? They definitely fucked up. Okay, they should have shown this at the start. That would have gotten them a lot more views, right? This part. This is what people like to see. This is in the thumbnail. Some free advice. if you have the thumbnail something like this, and it literally says "mom attacks cops," and then you see a mom or a girl, have that at the start rather than some boring footage of this guy. This video could have made millions of views rather than this bullshit. But make sure that the hook of it is very, very intriguing. So the most authentic or interesting or curious building part or clip, have that at the start, right? So this part was probably the most visually, audioly appealing part or bit. Explaining how the crazy consequences are going to occur or whatever the fuck is happening. Babies in the car getting trapped. You want the hook to just simply build more curiosity, build more intrigue, build more FOMO. If you can build those three things at the start, bro, the rest of the video doesn't even matter. That's why these boring, unedited footages get so many views. It's because the storyline that the viewer has created inside of their mind is freaking crazy. And that comes from, again, building curiosity in all three elements. Title first, thumbnail second, hook third. Boom! Build a very compelling and curiosity-driven intro. Source the most interesting / curiosity-driven footage at the start, paired with a sentence of AI voiceover narration. The only reason why we have this last bit is so that way we don't get demonetized for reused content. If that ever occurs, we explain we add transformative content and a unique perspective via the commentary within the video that we've added. That alone will help you break off copyright strikes and copyright claims, all that stupid stuff, and you're going to stay monetized for a long time, if not forever. So make sure you have a little bit of AI voiceover, a little bit of captions, a little bit of transitional editing, cuts, crazy, whatever, animation. That alone will help you and save your channel. Other than that, just keep it as raw as you possibly can. Interesting bits front-loaded, and the rest of the video get played out naturally. This is fine. Deliverables. One-time project. Less than a month. Switches to 3 to 6 months. Again, I like the part-time thing. It makes them seem like they could just do this part-time, but in reality, they have to do it full-time, which they will figure out that later down the line. Job post. Small. Perfect. Next. The mandatory skills, they already added in for you. I'd actually have this as an intermediate as well. You can either do intermediate or entry. Again, intermediate, you're going to get more expensive people. So depending on your budget, I overpay. This is what I do. But let's just say you're poor. Entry is going to be the next best option. I would actually suggest entry at the start as well. You can train these guys to get from decent to very, very good still as an entry level. And you're going to get very, very cheap as well. You don't need to have crazy English because they're going to be using AI voiceover. So we use 11 Labs. That's a very, very good AI voiceover to use. It sounds super real, and make sure that you find the tone to be a lower tone and a lower AI voice. When it's like lower, horror, creepy, it builds a lot more of an intrigue to it, so that will help you a lot. Again, fixed priced, fucking add a random number, $460, right? Don't make it $500, don't make it $1,000. It looks fake. When you do $460 or $730, you're like, shit. So finalize job post. Boom! That's all we have to do. Post as standard for free. Max on the invitations as well, so you know that entire process. I'm not going to do that again. So now we have 2 job posts live. You can see we're already getting messages rolling through the door from the freelancers that we have invited to this job post. Where are they? No clue where they are. Messages. Right, so now they're going to send over footage like, hi, interest, all this crazy stuff. This is all AI generated. So that's bollocks. Oh shit, what did I just do? There we go. Here's my beautiful face. All this crap. You don't have to read any of this crap. Evidence. Go through the stuff that they have sent you. It is just there we go. So evidence. I'm not gonna download that. Whatever this is. Articles. So they've already shown proof, right? They've done this before. The title of the case, the link of the articles, the charge description, and then we just literally they find the police department. So they literally know A to Z how to do the work. This is a perfect freelancer. So I'd hire this person, get their Slack, I rip payouts once per month. So I just ripped the payout for $4,600 Canadian to my freelancer. I overcharge. I overpay. You don't have to do that, okay? So pay once a month. See if they're cool with that. Can you pay perfect? Can you do payments? Payout. Shit, my bad. Once a month. I do this with my current freelancer. Boom. Danny Watt. I have a white last name to make it sound more professional. Wang sounds stupid. Sorry. No, whatever. Alberto Santos. I'm probably not going to even hire these guys. I think this one's going to be the one. Usually female people take their work more serious and they have more care and caution when proceeding with it. Females in general are more hardworking. That's just a natural fact. So if I was in the situation where I genuinely needed the researcher, I just hire Hifsa Malik. Okay, boom. You can wait for the messages to roll in for the editor as well, or you can go ahead and, because freelancers usually what they do is they have friends that are freelancers as well. So text them asking if they have a friend. Do you know anyone who can edit these videos together? Need an editor for it. Or if you can too, that will work. Done. This is literally hands down. Freelancers have friends that are also freelancers. Boom. Put together a team. Within 24 to 48 hours, you should have a team of 2 already built on Slack or on Discord with the 3 channels like I mentioned previously. And that's exactly how you build out the workflow. This Nabia guy, I think she was also the original person that was already very, very good. Sent me random images. Let me see what they look like. Yeah, exact same thing. So they know how to do the job properly. Whoever is the cheaper one out of these 2, hire the cheaper one. Or hire both if you want to scale. So now we have team building, researcher, and editor fully covered. Last thing, packaging formula. Right? When you've actually allocated the funds, you've paid them out, they've sent the videos. Let me just show you what my Slack looks like real quick. Slack. Okay, this might go into like some private stuff, so I have to pause you guys real quick. All right, so we have literally the Slack as a ton of different channels, but we only utilize 3. That's why you only need 3. Research document, this is our researcher. They do the daily research on the footage, and they find the police department. We request the footage, we get the footage, and then they just send it directly to the editor, which is in my case, Ed. He puts together the video, and I send them specific examples of the editing style. So for example, this guy, send them the video link, tell them to, hey, I want you to copy the exact same strategy. 20-minute video played throughout, raw and unedited in the first 17, 18 minutes. Just have that most intriguing part at the start, some horror music in the background to add more intrigue and curiosity, and have a curiosity-driven voiceover that sounds deep and horror, right? Panorama-based. I don't know the word. Something that causes intrigue and curiosity. Boom. When they know how to do that step properly, then you're golden. Okay? So research document, long video is completed. You see, we have the video, we have the case link. Google Drive, it has the video and the thumbnail. Boom. We'll go ahead and upload it. So after that, we've uploaded to the channel. We have everything built out A to Z, front and back. The last bit is the packaging formula. And I've mentioned this earlier, but this goes basically into the last point as well, which is the most important part. Key bonus formula, which is going to be testing story angles. What do I mean by this? The cases and the footage can be completely different depending on the type of case. There are DUI cases, so alcohol, drugs, car stops. There's also going to be cases where it's this crazy Karens yelling and screaming, no actual law enforcement, no actual crime, but just craziness encounters that police body cams are gathering. What I've found, it depends on the channel and depends on what works specifically for that channel, but test all different types of videos. Don't just stick to, Karens. Do some DUI car crashes as well. Do some crazy crime stuff as well. Switch it up a little bit. Then once you find the niche that actually works, that's when you go all in on one and build your entire subscriber fan base around that one, because that worked already. For this guy in particularly, right? It's the crazy, not really a crime necessarily, but it's crazy encounters. Same thing as this one. This is like a crime thing. Okay. This is sort of a crime thing as well. This is not a crime thing. From what I've seen over the last most of these videos, this is a crime thing, crime thing, crime thing. They mostly have crime cases. And so I would actually stick to crime cases and charges and DUI cases, all this crazy stuff, rather than just crazy encounters like this one. Although this is his most popular, what worked most of the time, right? These are still doing very, very good as well, is that. So figure out your own groove and pattern, right? For me specifically, it's different. I'm not going to reveal it. Maybe I will. Fuck it, I'll reveal it. For me specifically, it's the non-crime cases. You can say civil cases, you can say just crazy encounters. That makes a more compelling story, and that intrigues the viewer more, rather than just like a basic crime, right? Once you find your packaging formula, and you find your key bonus formula, you just need to post 5 videos to get one to blow up. Like I said, 20 to 30% of your videos should have the ability to get views because of how good the niche is. Get the best part front loaded. You build maximum curiosity at the start. So packaging and the hook. That's all you have to do. Once that's all laid out within 5 videos, if none of your videos are getting impressions and you're getting a high CTR, like a 10% CTR, but you're just getting 5 impressions, 20 impressions. I had the same situation. So just delete all the videos from your channel, post it to another new channel, and then boom. If that works, perfect. If that still doesn't work, keep on doing that until you have a channel that lands. People say, oh, it's luck-based game, man. No, it's not. It's not luck-based. If it was luck-based, none of them would have worked, right? It's just the channel at the start matters quite a bit. If there's no random shadow bans that are unseeable within the channel, you'll do good. And usually you'll have a video that gets hundreds of impressions or thousands of impressions. You get 100 views, that's perfect. If your videos are all stuck at 5, 6, 4, 2, 1, 8 views, not even hitting 2 figures, there's something wrong with the channel. So then once you have the channel, it's proven, getting thousands of impressions, perfect. It doesn't even have to be monetized, and the rest will play out for itself. Buy 10 videos, you will have one that makes an ROI back, get you monetized, make you all the revenue, and boom, within month 3 or month 2, whatever you want to call it, that's how it got to 8.4K in a single month, right? So we're going to scale this shit up heavy. If you want me to make a part 2 on brand deal management and making 10K a month, 20K a month with just brand deals and sponsorships, comment sponsor down below, and I'll do that. And if you want to work directly with me, Instagram, there's going to be an Instagram page to check out. You can message me for help or just joining potentially my one-on-one mentorship coaching. That's it from me. I'll see you guys in my next video.